Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Car X Drift Racing 2 with BrogAutohaus. Today's episode is all about the Horizon GT4, aka the Nissan R34 GT-R in real life, and this car is an absolute ripper. I love this thing. I do have an engine swap for it, so we'll go through some of the tuning details towards the later part of the video, but I did want to highlight the new event that just released today, which is a chase down event. I always love these chasing events. I think it gives great tandem practice. You're going against a computer, and I'm going to show you guys this run in particular from start to finish against this Lexus SC300, which is a car that I really rarely use, but it was the lead car that I was chasing in this particular match. So as you can see, I try to stay close to them, but the biggest thing in the chase events is you want to obviously gain the most amount of DP points as possible so that you can upgrade in the event and get the gold, the money, the tires, everything like that. So you want to have a lot of proximity to gain the points you want without touching them, because as soon as you touch the lead car, your multiplier goes down to 0, and it makes it hard to come back and gain the points. Now, proximity also gives you more time on the clock. As you can see in the right there, it says plus 0.32 or 3.2 or plus 4 seconds, and you need that time because of the proximity in order to basically maintain the run and get all the way to the end of the 4 or 5 checkpoints that there are within this particular track. So you want to have good proximity, but not too much to the point where you're hitting them all the time and everything like that. You just won't get the points you want, and therefore falling behind. So as you can see, I am on a street tire because all of the lead cars in this particular event are running street tires. So you're going to want any car that you use to be on street tires as well. Now, if you have a car that is particularly slow, and even with the street tires you can't keep up with them, you can certainly try the sport tires and chasing. It's just typically with a different tire style, you're going to have a much different kind of line, and how you enter and exit corners is going to be a little bit different. So in this particular case, I am using a fair amount of handbrake. I recorded this one prior to a replay, so I just kind of did it as I was playing. That way you can kind of see some of my control inputs if you pay attention to the throttle, the arrows, the shifting, and the handbrake as well, which is just right above my throttle. And you can see I did mess up. I ran into him a couple times, but that's bound to happen. So, as long as you get that 18,000, which is the most you can get in the particular event, that's a win. So if you guys have any questions or want to see certain videos further in depth on kind of chasing and what to do in certain situations, I'm happy to make a video like that. I just haven't really put aside the time to do that at this point. So let me know, and we'll jump into the tuning here in just a moment. As you can see, I got a little too excited at the end and overran. So that's going to do it for the small driving portion of the video today. We'll jump over to tuning, run you through the body kits, the tuning, everything that's going on with this thing. We'll do that right now. All right, guys, so we're going to jump into the tuning on the Horizon GT4. First of all, body kit wise, I am running the R&T body kit. Is the one that I thought kind of looked the cleanest and the best in my opinion. But there is also a D-Master kit, a little more rowdy looking, but still a cool looking car. ProFlow, which is even wider. This one I considered just because I do have the engine swap for it, but again, I really just like the cleanliness of the R&T. The CBW is more of like a ground kit, makes it look really low, and I don't know if that's normally... I don't know, leave a comment below if you know what kit that would be in real life. And then the missile kit is just, it's over the top, in my opinion. It's really something else. It doesn't really look like a GTR that much, but certain people like that, I'm sure. It's just a different type of look. And then you have the Slide Performance, which is kind of like a little bit of an aggressive stock. It's like OEM Plus, basically. It's kind of the aftermarket added stuff, but no wide fenders or anything like that. So anyways, I like the R&T kit the most, and that's what I've stuck with. Tuning wise, I do have the 3.8 liter V6 twin turbo, which is a VR38 out of a GT-R, but an R35 GT-R, the newer generation. And I am going to have this in the tuning workshop under BrogAutohaus. So if you want to search it, search BrogAutohaus. It will be under the 3.8 liter tunes though. I do have a Pro Drift 3 tune that should be similar, but I don't know if I want to post that one. This one is definitely the top performing tune that I have for this car. It's just so smooth, so nice. I just really enjoy it. So let's jump into it here. We've got the front at 14 centimeters in spring size, 71 on the stiffness, no front sway bar at all, which is not standard for my tunes. Typically I run almost a full lock sway bar in the front, but the body roll in this car really helps its performance and how it kind of works its way around the track. So positive 0.10 of toe, -4 camber, caster is at 11 all the way out with 80% Ackerman angle. If you guys are having trouble with your vehicle spinning out or the front is kind of losing it and not able to hold the line, then you need to lower your Ackerman angle. The higher the Ackerman angle, the less front grip the car has. Now, I like to tune my cars so that they're mainly rear driven, kind of like what it would be in real life is, you know, they don't drive the front tires for drifting. It's just, you don't want the front dragging you around the track. You want to be kind of squatted on the rear, using the throttle to keep you in the corner and work your way around. So 65 degrees of wheel divergence angle. You can see the bumps and rebounds there. Don't know why the maxed rebounds are there, but I believe I did change that at some point. Here we're at the rear suspension, -3 camber. To be honest, I didn't know that I was running -3 camber on this car, but I do like how it feels, so I'm not going to change it. Typically I run closer to like -1 camber, but the -3 feels really nice on this. Again, no sway bar in the rear hardly, just 8 Newton meters. So 59 stiffness in the rear and then 13 centimeters of height in the rear. So just 1 centimeter shorter in the rear than it is in the front. We're running 19 305/30s in the front and 19 305/30s in the rear. So, oops, actually messed that up. 305/30s in the rear. So it's a square setup all around, same front and rear tires. Now we do have this engine maxed out, 829 horsepower, 857 Newton meters of torque. And this thing rips. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's a really, really fun car to drive. The differential, I have it a 0.42 with a 3.7 overall gear ratio. And as always, I kind of mess with 3rd, 4th, and 5th gear the most. In this car, particularly 4th and 5th gear, as you can see, they're really not that much off each other. 4th gear is a 1.18 and 5th gear is a 1.08. And that's also not very common for me. Sometimes you want to have a larger gear gap in there, but the way I have this thing set up, 5th gear is perfect for at that 1.08. So we have 77% of the brakes shared to the front axis with the braking momentum at 4640. And then no axis widths. We have the mass all the way down and the center of mass height is at 26%. Now I do typically run a sport tire, but I was doing the chase events as you saw earlier in the video, and all those cars have sport or street tires on them, so I wanted to match that. So we'll jump out here just to give it a couple quick turns, but that's going to do it for the video today, guys. Really appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoy the tune. If you have any questions, leave a comment below as always. Like the video for future content and subscribe to the channel. It's always appreciated. Again, if you guys have any questions or want to see certain tunes, leave a comment below. Happy to make videos. I have made tunes for just about every car in the game at this point, so if you find one that I have not made a video for yet, please let me know, and I'm happy to make it. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Put your life in drive. We will see you next time.